Survive the night, Jamie? Hey, I hear that storm down your way really did a lot of damage. Dude, I tell you what, these couple of upgrades I did on this truck, love it. Yeah, well, you keep your eyes peeled and your ears open. On my way to Daryl's now. Like I put that cold air on the truck, and I tell you what, that exhaust got louder. Now I'm thinking about doing a set of headers. I don't know if I'm really going to get much work done on it. I do got to go out. I gotta go pick up some materials and stuff like that. Not really happy with the clear. Hey, Rusty. I'm not real happy with the clear that I was putting on it. What kind of paint you shoot down there, Jamie? What kind of paint you shooting, Jamie? Shop. Okay, so I ended up getting that the Shopline Plus, the that Euro Clear, that 5-liter jug. And Mama Mac. So anyway, so I ended up getting that the Euro Clear. I'm not real happy with it, and maybe some of the stuff I've been hearing about it. So I gotta go out, pick it up, return it. We're gonna switch up. I'll end up using what I have. I'll end up using what I have of the clear on like the inside stuff. We're gonna end up using on the interior, the jams and stuff. I'm switching over for the clear on the outside. I'm gonna end up switching over to Glazerite. We're gonna run that 923 460. feel like I was kind of led wrong because I told the guy I wanted the high. I don't know. For good things. I'm hearing it yellow's real bad. It's got bad back. You know, stuff like that. So I figured with what I got in this, we might as well put a really good high-end clear on it. Don't skim. I almost wanted to go with the scratch resistant stuff, but I'm hearing that's got to be baked on, and then it's a real pain in the butt when it comes to wet sanding and everything else if you don't wet sand it in the right amount of time. Okay, I stepped in. Hello. Yeah, see, that's what Daryl told me, and that's exactly why I ended up saying, you know what, screw it, we're gonna go high end. So, talked to his paint rep, Paint HQ. No, I have not. What is that? I'll have to look it up when I get off this. But his paint rep, he's got me a really good deal on 2 gallons of the Glazert 923 460. Yeah, well, speaking of candy, I might be messing around with some things today while I'm down here. Maybe doing a little more playing around. I'm not real sure yet. I got an intake down here I'm not real happy with. Might strip it down. Intake nobody's seen yet. Because I don't want to show it because I'm not real happy with it. So I might strip it down and see if Daryl will let me use the booth real quick. Struggling. Oh, what do we got here? Well, how you doing, struggling saints? Flip you guys back around. Get out this way, man. It's nothing but flat fields. Up my way, it's all hills and valleys. And we ain't but 30 miles, maybe 40 miles east, a little south, about 100 miles south, but it's pretty flat out here. But I'm up by the lake. I'm not sure how good their paint is. Much more reasonable. They do all kinds of paints. I'll have to check them out. I told Daryl to kind of hold off a little bit on Pandora just because I kind of wanted to see him get some of these little jobs done, you know? Hate to see him put things on the back burner a little bit, trying to get the car done, and then having him miss work or lose work because they're waiting on me. I don't want to see that. Besides, I really don't want to bring the car home till after the car show anyway. I mean, it ain't going to have no interior and everything else and trim on it, but you best believe we're going to have it sitting out there. Man, you know, Rusty, that live I did in the junkyard, you just jumped in on as my phone was dying. I was really wanting to show you something. Sitting in that yard, they had a bump side Ford truck. I mean, it was rough, but it was savable. And then they had I think it was 64 Futura, a little Ford Futura. It's like 5 here. Woke up and saw, yeah, see? Wake up, find the Chevy guys, huh? Yeah, no, I really wanted to show you those cars. You'd have liked them. Oh, I got your message, Jamie, thanks. But, I don't know. Yeah, I got the link. You know, Rusty, in all honesty, I might lean towards Chevys, but I will drive anything that looks cool. As a matter of fact, I got squirreled away. I haven't really talked about it or said anything about it, but I got a 47 Ford short door coupe. Been kind of squirreled away and sitting off to the side. This car has been sitting in the same garage for 50 years. 1974 was the last time it was on the road. It is a true one-owner car. It is sitting on the original title. The title is it's a 1949 title, and that's the title he got when it was paid off. It's got some really cool day 2 accessories on it. You got to think, an 18-year-old kid bought this car brand new back in 47. But he got whatever. It's got the sun visor on it. It's got a really interesting looking antenna, and then of course the reflectors down the side that they put on them cars. Set of fender skirts. It's got 8,000 miles on it. So I got it off the original owner's son. This guy told me that his dad went into the military and they parked the car. The only time they used it was to run up and down the road to go get gas for the tractors because they had a big trunk. All right, Mama Mac, take it easy. Hey, by the way, my wife loves your channel. Anyway, where was I going with this? The motor's locked up. Somebody back in the 80s pulled the plugs out of it, never put them back in. But I brought flatheads back around before, so I think I can get this one back around. It's got a couple little rust holes in it underneath the passenger side window, right where the rocker dips under the car. Not real bad. And then back of one of the headlight buckets. Back of one of the headlight buckets has got a little bit of rust, but you know, that's not really nothing. The car still has an interior in it. It's got an intact interior in it. Headliner, seats, and everything. I mean, it's a really neat piece. And not a car that I would restore. I would leave it. I would leave it the way it is. I'd probably pull the engine out of it and put a small block board in it. And just kind of make like a moonshine runner. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I gotta. We still got some title issues with it because the issue we have is the title was notarized into. How's it go? The title was notarized into his grandfather's name. And his grandfather died in 1982. So we're either gonna have to, I'm gonna have to find a way to, because Ohio doesn't do bonded titles. So the only way for me to really get it is to open up an estate on the car. But we're trying to figure out where the estate's got to be opened up because nobody can really tell, because the title sits in a Pennsylvania title, but his grandfather lived in Ohio and he died in Ohio. So that technically makes it an Ohio estate. I don't know, it's really weird. We're not sure if we got to start over in Pennsylvania. If we got to start in Pennsylvania, it really complicates things. But we've been trying to figure it out for about 8 months now. I've popped pictures up on Daryl's site every now and then. There's been a little snippet of it here and there. Well, that's what we think. It's got to go to Pennsylvania. But like I said, so now my wife's aunt just died. Back in August. Now, there was a car that was notarized into her name. And even though the note it was notarized, but the seat was still Ohio though. So we had to finish. That car had to be folded into her estate in order to finish doing the paperwork on it, so we could then turn around and put it into my wife's name. So it was actually, it was transfer on. It was a transfer on death type of thing. But I don't know. We got people saying, we got a lawyer that's saying it's an Ohio matter because the person died in Ohio to an address in Ohio, and technically makes it an Ohio car. Alright, Jamie, you guys be safe out there. What I'd really like to do is find a state that does bill of sale. That'd make it a whole lot easier. Because, man, I would love to be able to keep the original title and not have to turn it in. No, I don't trust lawyers. The lawyer that's handling the estate stuff now is doing goofy stuff. We've been dealing with this estate since August of last year. Yeah, it would be cool to keep the original title. I mean, that's something you don't see, you know? How many original 49 titles are laying around? Yo, Rusty, when I get done with this, I'll jump over and I'll I missed my exit. I'll post the picture of it up on Metal Art's website. So what you gonna get into today? You a Mustang guy? Talk about some more holes. Yeah. Okay, so were you on the live I did with 1,000 subscriber? I can't remember. Sitting in my parents' garage, we have a 73 convertible. Oh, okay. Did you see the blue convertible sitting there? 73. It's not, that car is not the original paint color, but it's a Ford color. It was originally baby blue with a white top. It was hideous looking. It's a 302 two-barrel car, automatic trans, AC car. Everything's still under the hood. It's not missing a thing. The only thing I changed on it, I changed valve covers and the air cleaner. I got the original stuff still. It's got the aluminum slotted mags on it, the factory slotted mags. And I want to say it's got 62,000 miles. The interior is the original interior, original seat covers, everything, and it's like mint. What do you think that thing's worth? I mean, we had a full restoration done on it 30 years ago when we did the car, but the car's always been garage kept and covered. My dad wants to sell it. They don't drive it no more. They probably haven't really driven it in 10 years. Oh, let's just say this. They've had it for 30 years. Yeah, they've had the car for 30 years, coming up on 30 years. And I want to say they put 10,000 miles on it. They don't drive it. It's a beautiful car. It's a fun car to drive. It handles like a boat. Christ, it is a boat. But it's a fun car to drive. Mom has trouble getting out of it because of her knees, because they sit so low. Dad's never really been a convertible type of guy. He got his 38 Buick Coupe. That's kind of his gig, but he don't drive that either. His problem with that car is he built that motor too radical. And I warned him when he did that. I said, you put that motor in there with them 411 or 456 gears in that rear end. I said, you're not gonna like it. I said, that car is not gonna be no fun to drive. That's the motor I built for Pandora. It's got like a low buck truck cam in it. I probably, between the head work that was done, the compression increase, and the camshaft, I probably gained 100 horsepower, but it's something I can run a stock torque converter with. I mean, the stock torque converter on that car for the transmission is 2200 stall. So, I mean, they got a little bit of a stall converter to begin with. At 480, it runs 2200. But still, there's no reason why I can't daily drive this car if I wanted to. That's my whole point. I built this car, and yeah, it's gonna be a show car. It's gonna be, you know, I kind of went overboard with it. I kind of went to the next level with the paint decisions and stuff like that. Some of the stuff we've done. You know, but like I told Daryl, I will drive the wheels off this car. I don't care how nice it is. I will drive it. You know, he says, well, you know, you might get paint chips in there and there. If I get a paint chip, I get a paint chip, man. I can't stand sitting at car shows. I will show up to one, I will park at one, and I'll walk around and look at them. Enjoy talking to people and everything else, but I'm not going to sit in that lawn chair staring at everybody. Maybe get a little pouty doll. I don't do that. Exactly. It's only paint, man. It can be done again, you know? Now, I mean, that's not. And that's why I leave wipers on cars, because you know what? I will, if it called for rain and a chance of rain, I'm not one of them guys that's not going to take my car out of the shop. It'll leave. It'll go. If I feel like driving it, it'll go. Why you got wipers? I'm not that kind of guy. They don't scare me. And people are like, oh, you got all that money in it. Yeah, but what am I supposed to do? Park it in the garage and look at it? Oh, look what I got. It's pretty. Nope. Drive them. That's what they were built for. And that's what I'm building it for. It's why it's getting the LS swap. It's why it's getting the overdrive transmission. It's why it's got the air ride suspension, the big brakes. All that stuff is so I don't have to worry about the car not stopping correctly. So I'm not upset with the ride quality because I decided to go coil over suspension and a full-on sport, pro touring auto cross type suspension. I want this thing to float down the road. I want to be able to get in it, hit the key, and drive across the country if I felt like it. I want it dead reliable. And I want to be able to stop at a parts store and buy a part for it if I have to. I need brakes. I go out and get brakes for a Corvette. Simple. I ain't gotta go buy specialty pads from Willwood or Bear, yeah, it's Bear brakes on the back, Willwood on the front, but the way my buddy's company designed this system, this is a specially made kit for him that he got together with Willwood. He uses Willwood spindles and Willwood hubs, but everything else is C6 Corvette. The rear, it was done up by Bear Brakes, but it uses C5 Corvette calipers. Plain and simple. He built these systems so they can be maintained on the road. Once you have it straight, it's always easy to take it down the road. Yeah. I mean, well, anyway. It is air ride. The air ride setup on it. It's his system. This is everything I've bought suspension-wise on this car has come from Street Machinery because it is all his design. The air ride system, he designed his own air ride system. He uses certain bags that are readily available because his cars are built to drive. They've been on the cars for many, many years. It's a proven system. He doesn't put the air dump valves in them, all the electronic stuff. Everything's all paddle valves. It's basically idiot-proof. You ain't got to worry about a solenoid going bad and your car not raising up. It's a pneumatic paddle valve out of a semi-truck air ride seat. I mean, it is what it is. No special ball joints, no special bearings. If something goes wrong, it can be replaced. Yeah, I know. We've had some really nasty storms come in here over the past 24 hours. Check this out. Hold on. It's been interesting. It got really gnarly last night. Oh, hey, Daryl. Yeah, I'll tell you where I'm at. Tell you in a second. I'm right by 30 and 23. Just know the area. Still 70 degrees though. Did they call them for a lot more down here today? I don't know. I'll tell you what. Give me a minute. We're starting to do a little bit of rain. I'm gonna pull off and show you something here. Alright guys, check this out. Go see the friendly skies, guys. Man, you won't believe the amount of hail we got yesterday. Holy buckets. In that cloud underneath. All the way through Monday, yeah. No, you know what they're calling it? It's supposed to be like monsoon season here all through next week. Insane. A little windy. Up under that cloud. got a buddy of mine that lives in a town called Chenoa, Illinois. And right out in the middle of the plains. Man, they used to get some nasty storms. But his job was, he was like the weather watchman for the town. Storms came in, it was his job to go sit out in the middle of the fields and keep an eye out. I mean, you're talking a town of maybe 150 people. And it was his job, was to go out and sit out there in the field, look for the storms. And then if a tornado was coming, or he spotted one, he had to run back into town, go over to the co-op, get into the building, and then hit the switch for the siren. I seen some scary stuff out there. Alright, dear, I'll see you in a little while. on the other side of it right now, but I'm like about an hour and a half from Daryl's shop. If you were to go on the maps and look up maps in Ohio, look up Ada, ADA. That's where I'm at. It's starting to get pretty windy. That's that shell cloud I drove under. It was blowing me all over the place. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm in Forest, Ohio, just outside of Ada. See, I'm on the back side of this now, and it's pretty windy on the back side of it. But see, the sky's clearing up behind it. Rusty, I live right along Lake Erie. Like, when I mean like right along Lake Erie, I'm talking, I'm a quarter mile off the shoreline. That's where my house is. When I got home yesterday, and my phone was just about dead, so I couldn't even, it wouldn't even allow me to power my camera up, it was so low. Yeah, it's pretty flat out here. But anyway, so I got home, there was 4 water spouts out off over the lake. And you can see them for like, so my area is real, it's all like glacial till and stuff like that. So there's a lot of hills and deep escarpments and scrapments and stuff like that. Well, coming down the one hill, it's pretty high up there. You can see clean out over the lake for about 20 miles. And you can see the water spouts from up there. They're pretty big ones. Well, come off the lake one time. Tore a town up pretty bad back in the 80s. July 4th. Yeah, the water spouts are neat because they generally don't do no damage. It's when they decide to leave the water that they become an issue. But yeah, we get water spouts out there all the time. And we get the big storms that come off the lake. That's pretty neat to go sit down there and watch. Corn country. We need parts. I'm sure they have. guess back in the Ice Age, the glaciers that came down into Ohio or down in the United States, they pretty much stopped right in my neck of the woods. So that's why I said it's all till. It's just all pushed up. It's pretty neat. You go to areas, you can see where they just ground the ground of the rocks. It's pretty, you know. But there's glacial boulders everywhere. Yeah, I know. I'm getting out in the middle of nowhere. Guys, I'm going to end this. Hold on, we got 5 on here. I ain't going to end it. We can just sit here and rock this. People enjoying it. We got 3 on it. Anyway, Rusty, take care. Enjoy your day. Nice chatting with you. Lake Erie is quite a good story. Yeah, it is. And it's actually really shallow. It's only like 90 feet deep at its deepest spot. You can go out off the beach and walk 500-600 yards before it really gets up to your chest. Look up Fairport Harbor. That's the harbor town I live in. It's pretty neat. It's got one of the oldest lighthouses on the lake system. I think the original lighthouse was built in the 1830s or something like that. No, Fair. F-A-I-R-P-O-R-T. Harbor. Town was basically like a company town. The Diamond Shamrock built it, pretty much. Right outside of our town is one of the largest brown, what do they call, one of the largest brown sites in the world. On the top 10 pieces of worst real estate. They dump so much chromium, and they used to make coke for the power plants or the steel mills, and really wild stuff. But yeah, they pretty much, that company destroyed the land around the town. So much so that they've had to bring in a certain kind of clay from different parts to cap the ground. It's pretty wicked. I remember, like, a lot of the plant has been torn down. All of it's been torn down now. But when I was a kid, it was still operating. They're just at its end of its operation. And yeah, it was pretty nasty down through that part of town. Yeah, I've heard of you. Yeah, if you look up Diamond Shamrock, they had a place over in New Jersey that they pretty much did the same thing to. They destroyed it. Ah, hey Ryan, what's up? How you feeling? Still waddling around? Alright, Rusty, take it easy. Feeling decent. I'm actually headed to Daryl's today. I gotta go gotta go monkey with the car a little bit. And then, you know, find stuff to do. You're walking a little better. Yeah, well, thankfully you're walking. Oh, I know. You just went through some nasty self clouds. You got hit in some pretty bad storms out this way. Should be getting off here. I don't know. I'm like an hour from Metal Arts place. This is man, they got all the windmills shut down. This whole area, they got I'm not gonna drive that far out into it, but there's thousands of windmills out here. It's pretty neat, actually. Especially you get out towards like Van Wert, Ohio. It's windmills as far as you can see. Almost like that, so look up Lake City, Arkansas. That's not too far from Jamie at Rusted Metal. They had a really nasty one that went through there last night. It's like a half hour or so from him. And man, it was monstrous, and it was a bad one. Okay, yeah. So what you get into today? You gonna go live or what? Oh, okay. You know, I was thinking about you the other day. Down at the junkyard, pulling some parts, and I know you got your truck on the back burner because of the rear end. One of them Dodge Ram. Alright, there we go. Anyway, I think I could snag one of them rear ends off a truck for like $150. And, I don't know what they cost down that way. Have you priced your rear end out for your truck yet? Oh, okay. Well, you can definitely get them. And now I need to pull the stock manifolds off, put some long two headers on here. It'll really sound good then. sometimes I'm a little worried about putting headers on it because sometimes you can go too much like a Mustang. Yeah, we know there's a lot of them blown transmissions. Every time blown transmission. Last one I had, I spent good money on this Dodge van. I've spent like $12,000 on this van. It was like 50,000 miles. It was super clean, come from out west, down like southwest. It was a 94 one ton. And I'm like, man, you know, this ought to be good. 50,000, we ought to be good, you know? No. 10,000 miles on a blue transmission out of it. Sunk $5,000 into build a bad transmission for it because we do a lot of pulling with it. And I had it on the road 40 miles and the van burned to the ground. Yeah, well, I don't know if I want to go shorties. Well, I've almost got to go shorties because we have emissions testing and everything else, and anything older than 25 is exempt, and I have to run headers. I mean, I have to run converters. So it's almost, unless I want to change exhaust systems out every 2 freaking years, I have to run them. Which, believe me, I've done it. Yeah, you're supposed to run them, but if you can get in and play with your O2 sensors and stuff like that, you can run converters as long as they're converter looking. You know what I mean? Oh, what do we got here? BCI, what are they doing down here? I'll have to look up to see what happened down this way. BCI comes out of Columbus, man. They drove like an hour and a half, 2 hours to get here. That's something to see them guys. You really don't see them unless they got something serious going on. Yeah, take it easy, Ron. I've actually got to run to the bank here. So, take it easy. If you decide to go live or anything like that today, hey, do me a favor. You still on there? Do me a favor. Go to the bio on my page and get my email and send me an email, and I'll shoot you my phone number. All right, man. Take it easy. Glad you're getting around better.